by 3 days to 1. So I think it will be one of those games where you have to be fair to yourself. Ghana will go into it as underdogs, but as we still in this tournament, it's not something that can stop you from winning again if you really want to win it.
Well, Michael, before I allow you to go, something dramatic happened during the semi-final game against the host, Equatorial Guinea. Pictures that do not speak well of the African game. Stones, plastic chairs were hurled at the Ghanaian players and all of that. Are you expecting that that will play some role in Sunday's final? You beat the host, and then you're going to be playing against Cote d'Ivoire. The host definitely will want to support the Ivorians. Is that going to play any role in your own assessment in what probably will be going down on Sunday?
Well, it's likely they would, but let's be honest, if your own team didn't win, what would your support do for the other team? I don't think he ever plays any role. In any case, in the last few Nations Cup, in 2010, Ghana beat Angola in the quarterfinal. And then when they face against the host themselves, they won. I think it always comes down to the football. I think the Black Stars are used to facing teams in the most difficult of the groups. There was a guy coming in the team several times. I saw a crazy atmosphere in Kinshasa when people were bouncing up and down. It was much more friendly than this, but it was still fierce. I've covered Ghana in places like Libya and the rest where nobody gave you an inch of space to breathe and to play properly, but the Black Stars went through. I don't think secondary support for Ivory Coast will change anything. I think what's going to change a lot of things will be, for instance, how we move back Wakasi and the Fiakwa deal with Yaya Toure and say they make a issue. I think they has been one of the key reasons why the Ivorians have done well in this tournament. Will they be able to test the Ivorian defense with Conan and with Bailey and with Sergio, who seems to be more of an attacking threat than provides defensive stability. So I think those will be the considerations that will change the game, rather than whether the Equatorians will be on the stadium supporting the Ivorians.
Well, Michael, I must say a very big thank you to you for speaking to us all the way from Accra tonight. I mean, wish you the best of luck on Sunday, and pray that by the time we're speaking to you again, we probably would have handed over the tag of being African champions to you, Michael.
Well, we've been trying to, before you play a major final, you look for everything that gives you a bit of it. And the only time Ghana has gone through the semi-finals recently until yesterday was when Ghana did in 1992 and then Angola in 2010. And I don't tell you, Ghana won the Nations Cup in 1982. Nigeria were defending champions. So if you're looking for everything to give us a bit of hope, for it will be a very, very difficult game. I would imagine that Santa Nigeria is defending champions should be one of them. So hopefully it'll work out well on Sunday.
All right, so that's our good friend from Ghana, Michael Otiaje, respected Ghanaian journalist who reports for a good number of international news agencies, giving us his own idea on what will be happening on Sunday. But guys, before we talk about some other issues outside of the football, but still around the African Cup of Nations, let me get your thoughts very quickly. Saeed, Cote d'Ivoire, Ghana, why are you putting your money on?
Very tight. I cannot say everything.
It's 50-50, too close to call?
Too close to call. Cote d'Ivoire won it for the first and the last time in 1992. They played the Ghanaians.
And they beat the Ghanaians after lengthy marathon penalty.
Longer penalty shootout. But now I think it's a balanced team. The Ghanaians, they have, just like Michael Otiaje said there, they have great players who have come to the party. The Ayew brothers, Jordan and you, and
Wakaso.
Different players. And even for Cote d'Ivoire also, they have to be, okay, probably on the average.
A lot of young players have come through for the Ivorians as well.
Gradel, he's been so impressive so far in this tournament. Even Gevio coming back.
Everybody, yeah.
We need not to talk about
it. It's a spectacle that we're having on our hands on Sunday.
In fact, we can't hope for another final than this
Why
final.
are you putting your money on Dumnodi? We can't allow you to sit on the fence in this one. Because I know you like to sit on the fence. But why are you putting your money on?
For sentimental reasons, I want to give it to the Ivorians. The last generation that won, they had a star-studded side. But this generation has not won the Nations Cup. They've qualified for the World Cup.
This golden generation.
The last generation did not qualify for the World Cup, but they won the Nations Cup. But this generation has qualified for the World Cup, but they never won the Nations Cup. So for sentimental reasons,
you want the Ivorians to get it.
I have a jersey.
Ivorian jersey. So that's why you are sentimental. Well, tell us who you think will be winning the 2015 Africa Cup of Nations after Sunday's final. Of course, you know how you can get across to us on Facebook, on Twitter. Tell us who you think will be winning after Sunday's final match in Equatorial Guinea. But still talking about the African Cup of Nations, let's just quickly take a look at CAF today announced some tough punishments. CAF really going tough, and we've just put them out for you. But let's see if we can read them out for you as quickly as we can. CAF are really going tough. They've descended heavily on Morocco. They've descended heavily on Tunisia. They've also descended on Equatorial Guinea, the host, for what happened in that semi-final game against Ghana. Let me just read through for you very quickly. Morocco have been banned from the 2017 and the 2019 editions of the Africa Cup of Nations. They've been fined $1 million. They've been fined 8 million euros in damages to CAF. You know what they did? They pulled out of the Nations Cup, citing the Ebola spread, and CAF is descending heavily on them. The Tunisian Football Federation president has also been suspended indefinitely from all CAF activities after the spurious allegation that he leveled against CAF after the quarterfinal loss to Equatorial Guinea. And then CAF has also extended the deadline to the Tunisian Football Federation to apologize till March 31st. So it's not really looking good for the Tunisians. Equatorial Guinea have been fined, their football federation have been fined $100,000, and they have also been told to cover the treatment of all injured persons during that semi-final game against Ghana. I mean, all hell was let loose, and it wasn't good at all for football. They also have a suspended sentence, Dubnodi, where they will play their next game behind closed doors. Suspended because they have a top place game to play on Saturday. If such ugly incidents show face, then that suspension will now become effective in their next official game. Because according to CAF, things like that happened when they played against Gabon. It happened a little bit when they played against Tunisia, and it happened when they played against the Black Stars of Ghana.
The Gabon, they said it was emotional.
The Tunisia too was also emotional.
But this one,
the one against Ghana. It was anger.
It was anger. I think for Morocco, I don't know how they were able to bear the costs. $1 million, $8 million euros. Wow, that's a massive one.
Huge one.
But the agony of missing 2 Nations Cup is going to be done on Morocco. But I think the best thing for them to see as much as possible to see if they can appeal to CAF or take it to appeal to CAF, and maybe CAF will just look at staying down on the punishment on missing the AFCON, 2 AFCON, probably for the fine.
But let's talk a little bit about Morocco. Is this fair? Will you look at this as being fair? Because they also were looking at protecting themselves. Yeah, this is the first time we're having a case like this.
But Tony, they hosted the tournament after then.
They hosted the World
Cup before after then. They hosted Guinea at home. Guinea played their qualifier in Morocco, but Guinea was one of the countries affected by this Ebola outbreak. So, but fans of Guinea still traveled to support their team. So I think that would have been a big embarrassment for CAF if Equatorial Guinea has not stepped in. I don't know where the African Cup, because there have been another gap. That would have been a story for the year 2015 if the Nations Cup had not been held. Yes, Equatorial Guinea came in to rescue CAF. That was fine, but the embarrassment of not playing the Nations Cup. But you have a long time to say, we can't give you deadline upon deadline upon deadline. You have to take it to the point where CAF is pushed to the wall. And they have to be traveling from country to country to seek support. I think Morocco should have looked at this. But besides, you hosted a FIFA Club World Cup.
Yeah, but they can tell you that they are different events, because that one didn't have...
But they are human beings.
Yeah, but Said, what do you feel about this?
But I think I'll have to speak for Morocco here. Now, we're talking about the World Cup, we're talking about the hosted Guinea. They might have actually looked at the fact that this is African Cup of Nations. Different African players, fans will be coming all over the world, just all over Africa to come for this tournament. Perhaps they could have looked at that, though it is right to give them that ban. But I think a CAF should have been a little bit soft on them. $8 million euros, $1 million, that is just too much.
But remember, Equatorial Guinea hosted, they had a check at the airport. That was the precaution.
Anyway,
was there any outbreak of Ebola?
Anyway, is it too early for us to judge if there will be, any fallout from Equatorial stepping into host? The days ahead will tell us. But I'm sure Morocco will appeal at this decision. But then even if they appeal, they will still suffer some of this punishment. Yes. If it is to miss maybe one edition of the Nations Cup, I'm sure they will still suffer a little bit of it. But then the good news also coming out of Equatorial Guinea is that FIFA President Sepp Blatter has arrived in Equatorial Guinea for Sunday's final. So everything is set for the 2015 Africa Cup of Nations final that will be taking place on Sunday. By the time we get back on Monday, guys, you guys will not be around. We'll probably do a review of that tournament and find out exactly how you will rate the 2015 Africa Cup of Nations. Will you rate it as being hugely successful, moderately successful, maybe average, maybe poor? We'll find out from you in the days ahead. All right, but let's go on. Let's come home. Let's come home. The Golden Eagles are getting ready for Niger.
Yes,
the African Cadet Championship CAF Under 17 tournament.
Yeah, they
are in Niger. Niger's weather very close to where we're going to be having.
In Sokoto. The Sokoto weather.
I beg your pardon. They are already in Sokoto to get ready for Niger.
For Niger, I think that's the closest to they will be, and they are going to travel by road from Sokoto down to Niger. That's the way to go. It's a different thing altogether. They've been playing friendly games in Abuja, traveling across the country, but they've not been used to the weather in Sokoto. So they are training. They are going to have 1 or 2 days, 3 days in Sokoto to build their momentum.
41 degrees, we are told. 41 degrees.
It's between 39 and 41 degrees in Sokoto. So wow. I think if you say it's boiling,
are you sure Niger is as hot as Sokoto? I don't know hotter than Niger.
I don't know what I think, but I think within that range of 39 to 41 between Niger and Sokoto State. But I think it's a wide decision for the to have taken these guys there, even though they're much younger. But because what they are going to be facing in Niger is a different weather altogether.
They should put plenty of water breaks for these boys in training and at the African Cadet Championship. 41 degrees is not child's play really. But we wish Emmanuel Amunike and the boys the best of luck. We know the quality they are made of, and we are sure that they will go to Niger and do well. All right, let's move on from the Golden Eagles. Let's talk about the Nigeria National League. The board will be meeting on Monday. They have a lot of issues to sort out. Ratify. Yeah. Well, thankfully for them, the appeals committee have helped them in clarifying Ranchers Kwara United.
But they still have some other things to do. For those who are coming from the Nationwide League, 4 teams have qualified from the Nationwide League. Court of Appeal and Kaduna Bees from the Northern Zone. That's C and D. For A and B, we have the Eimba Feeders and the Grey International FD of Ede. So that will be ratified too, to see those who got relegated to the Nationwide division. So that was basically they will be doing on Monday. From there, we move to Benin City, right?